All right, folks, welcome to Gamcast for Friday afternoon, or actually Friday morning. I'm going to go early today because I got some things to do later. Breaking news here, here to talk about the Supreme Court has killed nationwide injunctions. We're going to explain to you what this means. It is a huge victory. Trump lied to us. He said we were going to get tired of winning. I don't know about you, but I'm not tired of winning, and this is a huge victory. Huge. I've got the opinion pulled up. I read the majority opinion. I hadn't bothered with the fascist dissent yet, but the key function here in this opinion is this: and in each case, the district court entered a quote universal injunction, an injunction barring executive officials from applying the executive order to anyone, not just the plaintiff. So here's how this works, folks. It should have always worked. For 175 years, it worked exactly like this. Okay, there were no universal injunctions. We got by for 175 years, and all of a sudden, 1969, these district courts started doing these universal injunctions. Now, they should have nipped this in the bud, but they didn't. So here's how it works, folks. There are 94 districts. There are 13 appellate courts, and then there are approximately 677 judges, which means each district has, like California, the Northern District has probably 40 or 50. I'm in the Northern District of Georgia. We have about 25. So what you do is you run to a judge and you convince this judge, hey, apply this to everyone, even though the only parties before you are the plaintiff and in this case the government. And then all of a sudden you can apply it to everyone. Okay, that's one problem, and that's what they're pointing out. No, you can only issue relief for the people that are suing. Number two, if you're in the Northern District of Georgia, it covers the northern part of Georgia. Or you say, for example, the Central District of California, you cover the Central. How do you have jurisdiction to rule over people in Michigan or Idaho or Hawaii? You don't, obviously. It's just stupid. It was always stupid from the beginning, right? And folks, this is a huge victory. That now they're going to have to go to each of these different districts, and they may even, knowing them, they don't understand what they're doing. They probably will. One quick sad note here. Unfortunately, the three fascists. I really thought Kagan would apply the law here. She used to be a professor at Harvard, for crying out loud. This is basic hornbook stuff. And if they hadn't had the TDS, if they'd have just kept their TDS in control, they could have kept this very powerful check on the executive going. But they went so overboard with Trump 2.0 that they're nuts. Anyway, this is another key line from Amy Coney Barrett, who wrote the majority. Again, it was 6 of them. We will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself. Exactly. We only observe this. Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. Wow. I don't like Amy Coney Barrett, and she's let us down, but good for her on that one. Anyway, folks, you now understand the basis of the ruling. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you do, you'll see me on the next one.